A hospital that has good clinical results, good clinical decisions.
I think that we are very comparable to hospitals in a big city. We do laparoscopic colon resections.
I've been here 35 years, and I think overall it's been very good with both the art and the science of medicine.
It's the best kept secret. It sure is. I think we've got a lot to offer that the big hospitals have to offer, and people just don't know about that.
To start off this week's edition of your Ozarks 360, KUOZ reporter Taylor Jacks takes us on a journey with students and faculty alike as they help raise money in memory of an Ozarks student.
Faculty, staff, and students have been working very hard training for a half marathon in memory of a beloved former student, Jake Toll. Dr. Heather McFarland and Dr. Kim Van Scoy trained early on a Sunday morning to share a little bit about their training and why they're putting so much effort into this.
Today we are doing I'm doing my final 13 laps this morning, and then I'll start tapering off. And Dr. Van Scoy, she's already done her maximum, so now she's starting to taper off for the full marathon. And so we'll do three laps, and they're 4.4 each, so it'll be just over 13 miles.
Well, Jake was a student of mine. I had him in biology concepts, and then I worked with him one summer as a math science specialist at the JLC. Jake was a pretty special student, and when Heather and I decided to do the race in Little Rock, we both kind of were thinking, we were both on the board of directors for some local charities, and we were kind of thinking maybe we'd do something for the charities that we were involved with in Clarksville, and then we just came up with the idea, let's do something at Ozarks that we're both involved with together, and the Jake Toll Scholarship was something we both really cared about, so it just was a natural.
After speaking with faculty on their reasons for training and running, Zach Doty gave his insights on why he is working so hard.
I initially decided to run the marathon. It was pretty early on in the fall because I was looking for some personal challenges and some deeper rewards of taking something on and accomplishing it. However, when I learned about Jake's race being formulated, it was really a nice experience to get on board and find some kinsmanship with the other runners. Made a much more fulfilling experience so far.
Many long hours have been put in preparing for these races, and they all pay off in 2 weeks when the Little Rock Marathon and Jake's race will take place. For KUOZ Channel 6, I'm Taylor Jacks.
My big break came, I did Comedy Central's Premium Blend, and Nick Swartzen, he was in that movie Grandma's Boy, and he's Adam Sandler's head writer, and he's a good friend of mine. I guess that he was in a meeting or something like that at Comedy Central, and he saw my tape. I basically had sent in a tape to submit, and it probably would have never gotten watched. And Nick was like, "Hey, are you guys gonna watch that tape?" And he made him watch the tape. And I mean, how cool is that? He didn't have to do that at all. And I want to say that this school was awesome. I mean, the people need to know that you're interviewing me after the show, but this was a great crowd. I mean, they were over 100 people. They were all laughing. They were energetic. There was a cool kid that interacted with me during the show who was wearing a top hat. All right, what's going on, dude? How are you doing, man? I'm not gonna, I like your top hat, man. No, I wasn't.
He owes me $5 now, buddy.
This is a bet? This was a bet?
No, I wear this anyway, but he said.
But no, I'm literally gonna go back and tell all my friends who are comedians, like, you have to go there. This is such a fun time. So, and I'm not BSing you at all.
Yeah, I mean,
it really was cool. Come on, you guys live in Clarksville, and I don't know anything about your town. I'm just gonna guess.
Small town USA.
Yeah, like, I'm imagining this, you just drink and drink and drink, and then you're like, oh, it's tomorrow. Right? That's kind of what... When you, I do some major universities now, like some, major D1 schools, and you never get as cool of a crowd there because, if you're performing in Memphis, there's so many things to do. But if you're in Clarksville, you're it. You're the only thing going on that night, and so people come out and they're so excited and appreciative that you're there that it ends up being a really fun show. So And for exactly that reason, that's why I'm going to tell my other friends that are comics that you gotta go there, man.
Recently, I noticed a lot of coverage on the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy in the military. And basically what this policy does is helps restrict any sort of questions that are aimed at a male or female sexual orientation in the military. So basically, they won't ask and you won't tell. And here's where the controversy lies. Do we want gay men or women serving in our military? And in order to answer this question, I've gone to the students of the Ozarks for their opinion.
My take is I believe anybody should be able to serve in the military. Doesn't matter what sexual orientation they are, they should have the right to serve in the military. If they want to go to war for their country, they should have that right.
Well, I don't agree with it because I think that men should be able to express their own sexual orientation, and it's kind of ridiculous.
I think that the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, I see the reasons behind it, but if somebody's happy being open and gay about themselves, then why not? It's a free world, and if they're open about it, then let them be open.
I disagree with Don't Ask, Don't Tell because I believe men in the military should be able to express their sexual orientation without fear of persecution or getting kicked out.
As you can tell, the policy is still stricken with debate on whether or not gay men or gay women should be able to serve in the United States military.
Ever wondered how a real radio show is produced? Follow me in the booth and I'll show you how. And then beforehand, I'll go ahead and make sure the mics are set up and everything's ready to record.
We usually pick what we've seen and like what's going on in the media, and we go over before each show. We have like a list compiled, and we go over kind of what we're going to talk about before each show, so we have an outline of how the hour is going to go and how it's going to unfold.
Since we just go an hour without taking any breaks from music, it's so much easier since I don't have to dedicate specific times to make us stop talking and then play music and breaks. So that makes it a lot easier, but still the segments are kind of timed. Like I allot a certain amount of time for review and news and everything else that goes in the show, which that's actually kind of hard to work. And everything's ready to record because we don't actually go live, which is weird. So we're fake live. We record on Monday and then it'll air the next day. For the Eagle Update, I'm August Lau.